village.
And that's because information travels beyond boundaries.
And on this morning on ITV,
we guarantee unbiased analysis on topical issues
that will educate you,
entertain you.
So join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Every Sunday to Thursday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your ultimate news and current affairs program on television. This morning on ITV TMI. Join us.
Thanks again for joining us on the show TMI Monday with yours sincerely. Today on the show, as I said at the beginning, our focus is on reducing the menace of violence, cultism, and other social vices in Edo State. What with the fact that it's an election year and this could bring about apprehension and apathy towards the polls when it eventually comes into full strength. I'm being joined now by a crack team of panelists to give us ideas and ways to solve this hydra-headed monster that is cutting short the lives of our youths and even adults, unfortunately, with very far-reaching implications and consequences for those involved and even for the economic and development of Edo State. Let me welcome very specially Chief Omo Osage Utete Nagyabi, who is the Obadonagmoyi of Benin Kingdom. Many thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
We also have with us in the studio Patrick Osage Eholo, the president and founder, One Love Foundation. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, viewers.
We have with us in the studio Dr. John Osazua. Dr. John Osazua has been at the forefront to see how these whole cult menace will be tackled head-on and reduced to the barest minimum. But to some extent, some results were achieved with the rainbow formation thing. But how that has gone, only time will tell. But let me welcome Dr. John Osazua.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers.
Okay, we also have DSP Chidi Wambozo, the police public relations officer. He will be joining us via telephone as we speak now. He's ready to be hooked up and contribute to this conversation. DSP Chidi Wambozo, always very ready to respond to you at the slightest opportunity with the shortest notification or maybe up to a second. Thank you very much, sir, for availing us such an opportunity. Gentlemen, once again, thank you for coming. Okay, I also want to credit Peter Osage Eholo, who also initiated this conversation. He called me a few days ago and said, look, Sonny Duke, I'm concerned about this recent upsurge in killings, cult-related killings. I think it's good we do a discussion on it. I started beating around it, and here we are. To thank you again for coming.
I appreciate it.
Okay, let me just start off with you,
yes,
because I also saw that in a special report that we did, you expressed your views there on what you think the problem is, why, and how you think we can solve it. Why are you disturbed by this? This has become more or less like a norm in our society. Why are you disturbed by it, particularly the recent upsurge?
Well, you know, I'm very disturbed about it, to be frank with you. I called you and I told you how worried I am. In spite that I don't live here for the full year, or I don't stay here constantly like any other person would do, but this is my place of birth, and any direct or indirect victims are related to us, okay, one way or the other, yeah, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a say in my place where what it means, or what it translates to is that one person does not own a child. Every child out there is our children, regardless of where they live, where they school, where their parents are from. They are all our children. And I think that the hatred is enough. And I think that it is time the government should do something. It is time the parents should do something. It is time the clergymen to do something. I'm not here to indict or to blame anybody. Okay. I'm here to profile a solution. And okay, I hope we profile a solution. And I hope we're able to change their orientation, that it's better to love than to hate.
All right, let me come to Dr. Sazua. You've been at the forefront trying to find a lasting peace amongst these groups, these various groups. What has happened now? What would you ascribe as a reason for this recent upsurge in cult killings in Edo State?
Thank you very much. Very astute and sound. it is so sad, so regrettable, this particular stage of our lives that two particular groups have just refused to let go of their egoistic, selfish, unpatriotic, unethical interests and display of, I call it, stupidity. We have about 14 groups in the state, and which cut across the country, widespread, and it cut across all sectors. Okay. Now, myself and other interest members of the society, I'm an Edo citizen, I'm an Edo resident. I work here and I school here, I have children. Okay. We went out based on Rainbow, and I have to give credit to the member who actually said, for him to actually come into this, we have to get registered. That is how we got registered with the Ministry of Sport, so that he will be dealing with legitimate groups.
You registered group?
Yeah,
okay.
Legitimate groups. Okay. So, and this was very, and he called the Niggas, he called the Ojonwaris and everybody. We came together. It was so well, so informed. Let me give chance with due respect to the houses. I'm going to be mentioning names here because enough is enough. Whereby this last one and previously, you go to the extent of killing somebody's father who is not a member, becomes so pathetic, becomes so ungodly. And on Sunday, you go to church. I must give credit among the groups to the Buccaneers, which is brothers across Nigeria. They have maintained, they have reinforced maturity. They have stayed clear from such violence. That belong, they are one of the foremost groups, in the country and in the globe. Again, then on that group, you have the Jews, the Vikings. They are coming, but these two particular groups, that is the Black Hats and the I really don't know what is actually the problem. The way I've narrowed it from the research is that now it is the change of leadership, because the old leadership now understood the pains, understood the consequences of this constant fighting. Every 3 months, Easter is coming, they are going to kill. Now they've killed. Those people, when they are burying them, they are also going to kill, because it's going to be a revenging stage. Are you getting me? Yeah. And so painfully, I thought it would have been taken from them, from that palace, because when we called the Niggas and the Ojonwaris to actually beg them, they are the chief custodians of tradition. Okay. You understand me? Okay. Now the major problem are the call them native doctors. I don't want to use O'Hare. Are you getting me?
The native doctors.
The native doctors, most of this group, they consult. Thank God they have the chief here. Okay. It is so pathetic. They have to let them. Most of them are also members, like I told you before. They cut across all sectors. We have to speak. We have to tell the truth. We have to stop doing this belief spiritual jazz for them that go and do this, go and do this. They are staining blood, unnecessary blood in the society. And what are we doing before that make it work? You go to Auchi, there's war in Auchi, you make a call. There's war in Yogara, we make a call. These other groups who are not fighting cooperate. They cooperate to say, people are gathered here, and before you know it, the security agency are already there to try and
curtail it.
Then you also have some deviance within the security system. Even when the security are going to carry out a cleansing activities, among them who ought to be having a conceived participation in that is patriotically in the security agency. They inform their members, that they are
ahead of time.
They're ahead of time, and this dispersing. Another thing again, when they are caught with these weapons, don't they ask, where did you get this weapon from? How do you resolve that? So there is a lot of proliferation, and criminals also capitalize on this. Criminals capitalize on this. They go to the market. Last time I heard back from Oka market, they were shooting sporadically. People were running and they were stealing their properties. It's so pathetic. It's so regrettable that neither the religious body, majority of the traditional institutions and the academic institutions, that former institutions like the substructures are doing something. I have to commend Azena. So they have to commend it. They should join. Easter is coming now. What are they doing? Let the mosque and the churches, let them concentrate on reorientation. It's just reorientation. Reorientation. And trying to identify those who are saddled with constitutional responsibility of helping to resolve that. Is security agencies. If they get reorientated, and there is a kind of a very steep sanctioning particularly on those security officials that have compromised. that constitutional, that nationalistic, that patriotic disposition.
Yeah.
They should be.
All right, let me pause you for a moment and let me get the chief involved in here. Moments like this, like we've seen in the past, the traditional institution gets involved, like we've seen in several instances. Recently, you led a group to place a curse on those who are fomenting violence. Were cultists in the radar of such a curse? I'd like to get your perspectives on that.
Thank you very much. It's a terrible situation. We were all born here, we grew up here, and we've never had it this bad. If you know how much effort, how much money the Palace of His Royal Majesty is spending daily to curtail all these, no government can spend it on security matters. Because we have to go through a lot of spirituality, spiritism to try and get them. Now, like Doc just said, the security agents, security officers themselves, who are members of these courts, they are the problems. They are the ones that we should fish out. Some years ago, when we were still in school, we know that some things happened and they said public officers in the different societies and court groups and all that, they should either renounce or resign from public service.
That's a good one.
It happened. It happened in this state where people had to leave the Ogboni fraternity, the Owegbe fraternity, the different fraternities that were there. Now, I think the government, the House of Assembly, the executive arm, the judiciary, they should come together. Stop this politicking now. Come together and face the facts on the ground. Whichever police officer is known to be involved in one court or the other, whether the police, the immigration, all of them, please send them out. Let us know them as public enemies. So this is the point we have come to. That if you know what is happening in areas like Omoruyi, Sokomba Road axis, my brother, it is terrible. It is terrible. You never can tell who's going down next. Yeah. You never can tell who's going down next. Look at the situation we got around Awo Lane. After looking for the person they went to get, that one already got information and he jumped out. The next thing, they were shooting sporadically, and a young lady that was standing back, who didn't know what was happening, and Alagbo, selling, who sells Agbo, you know, was just looking, didn't know what. The next thing is, Baba. And the little girl fell down and died on the spot.
I saw a video like that online, but I'm sure it was just a comedy skit. A guy with a gun and it was screaming. Okay, that's a comedy script. Yeah. But I think that is reflective of what you just said now. Exactly. Out of anger, provocation, that's transferred aggression. Yes, and the young lady, brother, called, and the next thing she got a gunshot, and that's how what happened. Yeah. Okay, if you just join us, it's State TMI Monday. We're trying to connect now with the police public relations officer, DSP Chidi Wambuzo, to get his perspective on some of the issues that have been raised there, because everything's to a large extent the police has also been fingered as okay, yes, majorly they've been security agents have been fingered. So we've got we got Chidi Wambuzo on board now. Hello, Chidi. Hello, good morning. We've got Chidi Wambuzo, DSP Chidi Wambuzo, Police Public Relations Officer on board the program. Thank you for joining us, Police Public Relations Officer. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. Give us your perspectives on what has been done so far to checkmate this upsurge of court-related killings in Edo State, it seems to be defying every effort to checkmate it. Why is this so?
Well, first of all, to start off with your questions, on the 24th of February 2020, the Commissioner of Police Edo State, CP Lawan Tanko Jumeta, summoned all the DPOs in the metro, that is in Benin City, most especially the DPOs covering the jurisdictions where these court-related activities were often take place. So the DPOs and the area commanders of these areas attended the meetings, and the areas were looking into and mapped out. The Commissioner of Police urged the DPOs and the area commanders of these areas to beef up their security, and he told them to also conduct what he called raids. Operations were actually carried out, and a good number of the cultists were arrested. Arms and other ammunition actually recovered.
Okay.
But the operatives of the command, that is the tactical teams, on their own too. When I mean the tactical teams, I mean the anti-cultism, I mean the anti-kidnapping, I mean the special anti-robbery squad, actually did their own ready too, in conjunction with the area commander metro, and success was actually recorded during the raid, where a good number of the cultists and the other agents recovered from them.
Okay, DSP Wambuzo, yes, these efforts have been carried out just to stem this ugly tide. Are you concerned with the fact that sooner than later these guys will find their ways back to the society and maybe continue with their nefarious activities?
Finding their way back to the society, one thing we should know about criminal justice here is that when you carry out a raid and some persons are arrested, and all you need to do is to profile them. What do I mean by that? You question them, interrogate them, and find out whether or not they belong to any secret society.
Okay.
Then when you find out that during the interrogation that they are free from all these allegations or whatever, you release them. Those that are criminal among them, those that are cultists, you profile them, investigate them properly, and process them to the court. Now, when the case is in court, what happened in court is not determined by the police.
Absolutely.
Because court is the final arbiter.
Okay, let me just put Chidi, let me just ask you this question before we take a break from here and continue with the live studio here. Are you concerned by the fact that there is an anti-cultism bill that has gone through the final stage, just waiting for accent and is yet to be accented? If you have that law in place, would it help the cause of fighting cultism in Edo State?
Of course, that will help the cause in fighting cultism in the state. Because currently what we have deals with the students, cultists who are students. But we know that today, what we have today, cultism has gone beyond the four walls of the higher or tertiary
Institution.
Yes.
Okay.
So that law is no longer applicable to that cultist who is a mechanic. That cultist who is an artisan. So when you take such a case to court, even from the beginning, you know that it's a failed case already.
Okay, let me pause you there, Chidi. Yeah.
Dealing with those who are students.
Let me pause you there. I'll be right back with you. I'll keep touch with you and get you on in a moment. Yeah, gentlemen. Yeah. Yes. Just quickly add the point you want to make. I'll come to you.
As another done to what the officer just said.
Yes.
See, once it gets to court, it becomes almost independent. There is another agency that is being used, capitalized by parents. You know, greedy parents. They are also part of the problem.
Okay.
They now go to DPP.
Department of Public Prosecution.
Yes. And when those people issue out the paper, no case to answer.
The case is dead on arrival.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So this is another
areas I was going to touch.
Yes,
I don't want to lose my train of thought.
Yes,
okay?
Go ahead.
With profound respect to Chidi, the police, very enlightened, well respected. You know, is it concerned about the allegation or the hearsay that some of the police are also part of the cultism? We have to nip that on the bud.
Okay.
So you should ask him that question.
Okay.
But I don't know if you're going to answer.
No, he's listening. He will respond. He will respond.
You cannot say he will not.
He will respond.
I'm saying,
as a public institution.
I understand. I understand. But it is okay for us to ask, because we know that part of them are also these court members.
Okay.
Because Dr. rightly said that when they are going on operation, before they arrive there, there's already information passed. Okay, so we should ask the police public relations officer what are they doing about it, because don't also forget that the chief also mentioned something that is even in constitution, that if any of these people are in rival court, they should renounce their courtesan, either stay in police or go back to court and be a court.
Okay, but I know that Chidi said something a while ago that raids were carried out in recent times, and many of these guys were picked up, and they are with the police authorities.
What I'm saying is that, okay, let me also tell you, there's also going on that you are not also looking at.
Okay.
This is what you call a vicious cycle. Pain for pain, but for but. Now, some of these people too are also arrested innocently, and it becomes a merchant to the police. The police are also now saying, before you bail your son is a courtist, you must pay X amount of money. I want you to ask the police, because I know him and I respect him a lot. So please tell us, we've been hearing that bail is free. Why are they exploiting innocent people?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's try to keep the temper so that we can have very meaningful conversation.
Yes.
But let me bring the chief in. The traditional institution has also been fingered. Okay, it was Dr. John that made this allegation that many of them, in the name or in the guise of traditional rulers, what have you, provide protection, spiritual protection for this guy and their members. So this is feeling it. So what are we doing at that level?
Thank you very much. A few days ago, before I went out with my people to lay a curse on whoever is involved in this cultism, in these political bombings and all that, we already had a 1 whole week of, in cleansing, telling whoever is a member of OWIGB, also African Society of Nigeria, that is aiding and abetting these people. Because some people will just come in to want to be initiated so that they can have spiritual powers. Then you won't ask them salient questions. Who are you? Why do you want to become a member? For what purpose? Are you seeking spiritual powers and all that? Because they have brought some money, just hit them in. And at the end of the day, you give them protection against gun, against cutlasses, and some of these things. Then they now use it against even you to orchestrate and perpetrate crime. So these people, we are laying curses on them every day. We have done that now for 1 week. Whoever is involved with whatever way you think you are, and you are involved in helping these people to be killing our sons, daughters, brothers and sisters, parents and whatever, then, and you want to say yourself you are a priest of the traditional order, no. God Almighty and the divinities will punish them to the last.
Okay, I've got Chidi online. Chidi, thank you so much for staying with us on the show, TMI Monday. Chidi.
Hello.
Okay, yeah. So you heard some of the comments made by some of our panelists here, as it has to do with the culpability of some security agents, particularly the police, who are either members or they are compromising by giving information to whichever group they belong, particularly when raids are to come out. What is the force doing to arrest this as a challenge?
Pastor Duke,
Yeah.
You will understand that amongst the 12 there must be a Judah.
Okay.
Not to talk about the Nigerian police force, where we have a large number, assemblage of people from different ethnic groups, different families.
Yes.
We are not in any way doubting the fact that there will be cultists among us.
Yeah.
I remember that when CP Johnson, Babatunde Kukumo, and also the CP Damalam, who is now an AIG, were here. They were actually fighting this issue, of a policeman being among the court group.
Okay.
And I think I could recall that in a occasion like that, one of the police sergeant was actually arrested by the OC anti-cultism, and he was actually investigated and reduced to the next, down to the next one. Why reduction, you may say?
Yeah.
You may be asking for his outright dismissal.
Yes.
We think about him leaving the force with all the trainings, all the money that the federal government has actually invested on him. We think about his family. We also talked about him, going into crime.
Yes.
Beyond cultism, like armed robbery and all that.
Yes,
Cultism
yes,
is professional. He's
yes.
trained how to manage arms and ammunition. That was how they came out with that issue of the reduction in rank. And there are so many that we are actually looking, investigating secretly. And by the time we come out with our findings, maybe as I release this very one now that we've done that you people never knew before, we will probably come up with a fact.
Okay, the DSP Chidi Wambuzo, I'll pause it here because we need to take a short break. We need to take a short break now. We'll be right back. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back to conclude our conversation. We had planned to have like 1 hour discussing this issue, but somehow the traffic situation in the city today didn't really allow our guests to get here on time. But we'll be back with you in a moment. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the show. We'll be back with you. It's the TMI Monday with Yes Sincerely. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back after this break.
Inara fudimba inu isego. Give me that booze, mercy filling your bruise. Got me in the mood, I'm loving the things you do. Mama, mama, go so, I'ma shower le kanowo. Kalori go so, ati kekere mo ti tawo.
Shaku shaku, ayodi yodi. The way you do it, hey, oh hello. Catch it.
I go deeper than that. Look into my eyes. Tell me what you see.